Guys, welcome to the part 2 of cooking oats with oha. So, the last part 1, I was putting the oats into the meat stock here. So now, this is it. I was trying to divide it into parts so that it can easily dissolve in the soup. But what I didn't know was that these oats were going to float in my soup. Oh, chimo. So the last time I tried oats with onugbu, it wasn't like this. That was another entire method I used. So this is like experimenting with another method. So now, guys, I have to appease this soup with pepper. I said, just in case I will keep adding water, I will not want my pepper taste to lose its content. Yeah. I don't know if that was right. So I just added pepper just in case I keep adding water and the pepper doesn't come out in the soup. Then I went on to lower the gas because this is gonna be a long cook. Yes. Why was the oat not dissolving? Can you imagine? So now I started dissolving it manually with this wooden spoon I was using. So look at, the oats was dissolving by itself, but it was taking time, and this was the exact texture I needed for the soup. But then welcome to the second stage of my mistake. Instead of me to say, okay, since the oats were in junk already, just remove it, right? So since I've gotten the texture I needed. But no, this Maisha kid said, no, why don't you dissolve it manually? My sisters and my brothers, welcome to my stage of mistake. I started dissolving it manually. Yeah, I've added lots of water already. You can see that this small soup I wanted to make was already turning to one pot of soup. So the soup became thicker, and here I already knew that, oh my God, I made a terrible mistake. I shouldn't have dissolved the oats manually because this soup was already thick, and you know that oha soup is not meant to be thick. If it's nsala self, I can say, okay, let's manage the nsala as it's thick like this. But no, this is oha. Oha does not need to be thick. So this is me looking for more lumps to dissolve. Yes, I was actually looking for if there were more lumps in the soup. So I've added much more water. So I had to add more salt for taste. Do you understand? Because I don't know, I'm sure my ingredients by then had diminished in the soup. So I just needed to add small salt. So I stirred after adding the salt, and I've been cooking this soup for over 40 minutes, guys. Just for the oats to properly dissolve. So, but this is meat fat, yes. So I was looking for more lumps of oats. I was just seeing meat fat. So I kept searching. Imagine when you're searching for lumps. You're searching for oats. Yes, so I saw some. And that's when my mind came to his senses and said, why don't you remove this oats? Must you dissolve everything? Just remove it. Just take it out. So guys, this is me taking the remaining oat lumps out because that soup was already thick. And remember, I only used small meat to experiment this method. So I started removing the oats. Anyone I see, anything that looks like oats, that doesn't look like meat, I'll just take it out. You see? So anything that doesn't look like meat, because it's goat's meat I was using, and it had fats, the meat tallow. So I had to be taking off everything that looks like oats. This was a punishment. Do you know that I wanted to make this soup as dinner, but we couldn't eat it as dinner again because it took a whole lot of time. Even my mom was like, are you still cooking? So guys, don't make this mistake with me. I would make the next time I'll be using oats to make soup, I'm going to give you the perfect method to use. This one, I just decided to use the flour and mix it with water. Usually, you are not supposed, maybe you are supposed to, or probably I did it the wrong way, but then, you see, I made lots of mistake. Avoidable mistake, actually. So, I kept removing, looking for every lump. You see this thing, I did not cut. I just didn't want to cut them off. So it won't look like, oh, I just made oats with oha soup and you guys will just enjoy the content and go. No, I wanted you to see the disadvantage, the hard work and the advantage in it. Yes. So the advantage in this soup is that oats is very cheap. Do you understand? So you don't need to disturb yourself when you go to your African market or you go to the market and you don't see cocoyam to make your soup. This soup actually came out nice. In fact, I was surprised. Yes. But then, this is behind the scene I'm showing you. Behind the scene. You can see, look at this pot properly. You know that I've been cooking this soup for a long time. And luckily, I put that Scotch bonnet pepper. So there was no need adding more. So at this moment, I went ahead to add my oha leaf. Yes. You might be asking, oh, Chidibe, why didn't you cut the leaf? Yes. If I were to be cooking for my own grandmother, definitely she would eat the soup. Yes, because you're supposed to cut the leaf into two. But then, my mother-in-law loves, I think I learned this from her. She loves to put her oha this way, yeah. And Oga enjoys to eat his soup with the vegetable being visible. He likes when he's eating the vegetable. They don't like vegetable to vanish in soup. They don't like when there's not much vegetable in their soup. So yeah, the soup was very thick. I had to add water. Yes, I tested it and everything was perfect. I had to add water to get this texture as well. Guys, that is it. So when you're cooking your own, make sure you don't make the same mistakes I made. And here you have it. I was done and that is it. We could manage this and it was fine. I would make a part 3 where I'll show you the rating. Then here I had to put off my gas. Voila. Bye bye. See you on the next one, part 3.